What exactly is a traveling salesman problem? A traveling salesman problem is the idea that some sort of traveler, a business person, a satellite, really anything, needs to visit a number of sites or locations and then return home. We're going to look at a few examples here to help us get the idea. First, let's consider what we'll call the classic traveling salesman problem. This businessman must visit customers in 5 cities that are labeled here as A, B, C, D, and E. A is his hometown, so he has to start and end at A. He doesn't want to spend more money than he has to on this trip, so he wants to find the cheapest tour. Besides, the goal here is to make money, not spend extra. Now, check out this second example created by my own kids along with my niece and nephew. Imagine that an unmanned mission is headed to the solar system Corellia to explore. We are looking for signs of life from the past or present, and the mission must visit these 6 planets. You can see the time in years that it takes to travel between any 2 of these planets. This is, of course, a bunch of silliness. However, an optimal tour that has minimal cost in this case is going to be a tour that takes the least amount of time. For our third example, let's look at a different way to organize traveling distances. A political candidate is touring 10 cities, and their campaign manager needs to decide in which order they should visit the 10 cities. After all, they want to use the campaign funds wisely. The distance between cities is shown in the chart, so for them, an optimal route is one that minimizes traveling distance so that they minimize their traveling costs. Our last example actually comes from my real life. Suppose I need to go to the grocery store, pick up my kids from school, stop by the post office, and get gas. Here's those 7 locations that I need to visit, along with distances in kilometers. In this case, I would really like to minimize the distance that I travel and save some time too. The classic traveling salesman problem is the idea of deciding which order to visit each client, which tour is the most efficient. If we can find this most efficient tour, we call that the optimal tour. Sometimes we want to travel the shortest distance over the course of the tour. Sometimes we want to buy the cheapest plane tickets. And sometimes we just want to save time and get the tour done as quickly as possible. Whether it's distance, cost, time, or something else, we call the variable of interest the weight or cost associated with traveling from one site to another. And the goal is to make that cost as small as possible. And that's exactly what we're going to learn how to do in this unit. So have fun with all of these realistic and silly examples.